Hello and welcome to our French experimental class. Always when we will do a class, we will use Google Meet to start our conversation. Here it's our document, class note. It's digital notebook or digital document that we will use to read, write, put exercises, making the follow-up. Everything will be noted here. Always in the beginning of the class, we talk about your goals, talk about evaluate your current level, and later we will make strategy to achieve your goals. So, before starting, I need to tell you about using AI tools. We can use in our meeting an AI tool that can enter to the class, take a notes of our conversation, and in the end, he will send details, reports, and especially he will record the class. So even you can watch again the class using a link that this AI create. So in our test class, I need to tell you that we won't use this tool only with your authorization. So when you need authorization, you fulfill this forms, and later on that time it's possible to use this tool. So because we are in the test class, so I will use this tool to show you later how really can benefit us. Right, so let's start our experimental class of French. So in the beginning, we need to study the pronunciation of letters. Here is a table that contains the letters. For example, this letter, which is A in English, you can click on the letter and every underlined word or letter contains a link that contains the pronunciation. This letter is A. B in French, you click and you listen.
B.
B. This one is
D.
D. So to understand the pronunciation of the letter, you can follow this table. It contains the letter with its transcription in English and also with the link that's helpful to pronounce it. So, furthermore, I give you this document which contains the pronunciation of composed letter in French. More than the pronunciation of single letters, in French we have component letters. So, when we make two letters together, here for example A and E and I, so those two letters, its pronunciation is A. A. For example, here the verb to love, it's A with A, so aimer, aimer. A with you, it's O, O, jaune. Always, when you click, you have the link where you can listen.
O.
So this is appendices to identify the different pronunciation. Also, furthermore, you have this pronunciation course. It's a free course on YouTube where you can find the details and teach you how to pronounce correctly in French. So, to pronounce correctly the letters, it's enough to follow this table, more this appendices, and this course. If you would like to know more basic details in French without a teacher, you can go to this mini course. This is also a free course, short, that it's helpful to understand basic rules about French. I recommend using this course before starting studying French. It's too much helpful to understand the basic of French language. For example, let's start an example. I in French is je. I am means je suis. I am Karim. Je suis Karim. For example, hello, it's in French salut. Salut. It's important to know that in French, many consonants when we write at the end of the word, we don't pronounce. We write salut with T, but we don't pronounce T. So salut. Salut, je suis Karim. Later, if I would say from, I would say de, du, if we are talking about masculine country, or de la, if it's feminine country. For example, Brazil, it's in French, masculine country. We said Brésil, Brésil. So I will say je suis Karim, je suis du. It's for masculine, du Brésil. Now France, it's France. In French, France, it's feminine. So je suis de la France. Je suis de la France. Salut, je suis Karim, je suis du Brésil. Or salut, je suis Karim, je suis de la France. This is a short example how we construct phrase, simple phrase in French. Later, this table contains all the details of the course with the goals of each level that we will study in French language. Grammatical rules, vocabulary. Now let me show you how each chapter is constructed. Each chapter in this table we will study like this. We will find grammatical rules with quizzes and exercises. To practice a quiz, you can click on the name of a quiz and you can start your quiz. Either if you would like to use QR code to make the exercise on your phone. I recommend to start this chapter by yourself. As always, we have here, for example, pronounce in English, is translation in French, and always when you will want to practice pronunciation, click and you will find the link and listen to the pronunciation. Je. Later, we have, for example, verb to be, which means être. This is the conjugation of verb to be with some phrases. And after, we will find, for example, the vocabulary. Always the vocabulary, we will use vocabulary with photos and pronunciation of each word, always to be helpful in revision. I recommend when you start using the vocabulary to use application called Enkidroid for who use Android and Mushi for who use iOS. You copy the word in English and its translation in French, and you put inside this application. Later, this application shows those words as with the flashcards, so you can remember the words more efficient and quickly. After, you will find an exercise that using the vocabulary to review the vocabulary and the grammatical tasks. At the end of each chapter, you will find the text. It's important here to know that you will find the text in French, translated to English, and later French with English. So you will find the phrase in French and later the phrase in English. This method will help you too much to understand better the text. Every text contains the vocabulary studied on that chapter and also the grammatical rules. Furthermore, you will find with each text an audio. This audio you can use at the podcast and listen to the text that is written there. So you can make this exercise, listen without seeing the text, later listen, seeing the text. Also, it contains a video. This video, it's used to explain the details of this text. You see, this video is too much helpful to see the details of the text. And later, at the end of the text, you will find questions. So this is the general structure of each chapter. At the end, I recommend to study better the French. I recommend using some application, phone application, and also some websites, podcasts, YouTube channel, Facebook pages, TikTok, Pinterest, in order to get more details with French. This is the method that we will use to study French. As I told you, we have a program that we follow. This is the general program, but for sure, if you have other needs, we can focus more with your needs. For example, if you will pass the for example, the tests TCF or DELF or TEF or DALF, we can study and focus more with those tests, which I recommend for someone who don't know French. Study with the program that I put and later start studying the tests. We have examples of DELF test and TCF test, and also for TEF test. Right? So I will review what we have seen. We start with the alphabet. Here is the alphabet with letters and with its pronunciation. Later I put appendices and pronunciation course, if you would like to focus more with pronunciation. Mini course that contains the basic rule of French. Here is the course content. You can check it slowly later. And each chapter contains grammatical rules, quizzes, exercises, and vocabulary with pictures and examples. And at the end, we have a text with audio, video translated to English and French with English. Hopefully that this was helpful to you to understand how we will do our classes of French. And now I will show you the AI report that follow us during that experimental class. Here is the link of the class. It's recorded, so later when we finish class, you can review it anytime you would like to check. Furthermore, he gives a detailed report about what we have seen in that class. So you will find the report in your document, and also you will receive by email. So it's talk about the meeting, the conclusion, the topics that we talk about. Furthermore, having the link of the video, it's too much important to find this detail. For example, if we talk about pronunciation of some letters, you can click directly on that link, and not they won't show you the whole class, but he will directly make the part of the video that talk about this detail. For example, if I choose this detail, he will lead me directly to the detail. So you are able to watch the whole class, and also you are able to watch only detail that we discussed about in the class. As I told you, this AI is used only with your authorization. This is our test class. Hopefully that you understand well how we will do our classes. So if you like it and you would like to start directly the class, tell me and we will schedule your classes. If you have more question or suggestion, you can text me either on email or in WhatsApp. If you would like to schedule a test class, you can use the link of scheduling or send me a message and we will schedule for you test class. Thank you and hope see you soon.